the damage over time is getting pretty spicy. Now, we like a little bit of spice, man. A little bit of a sensational synergy spice. That's always fun. Alright, what is going on, my dudes? Gore is the newest champion released into MCOC, and he is one of those champions that I like quite a bit with a sensational synergy team, but not so much on his own. So if you already saw my other Gore video I'm uploading today, you know how I feel about him on his own. This is the synergy video. I am uploading 2 videos at the same exact time. 1, Gore, no synergies. 1, making him really freaking fun, dude. So what we're gonna do today is pretty much fix what I view as the issues with his base kit, and that is durations. That is buff durations, which therefore leads to a smaller amount of debuffs and stuff like that. So what we are going to do is use some very fantastic synergies with Mr. Fantastic, and also with our friend Captain America Infinity War. At this point, what we're going to do is grab Angela here. Cosmic Champions basic hits pause 1 of each buff on them for 0.2 seconds. But we're not done, because we are going to go over here and take specifically, look at him flying all over the place, OG Thor. Why? Because we also got this with Angela, some more health, huge. But that's not really the main thing that we're doing. We're also getting this over here, Shadow Magic buff duration increased by 2 seconds. So not only are we increasing that by 2 seconds initially, we are going to increase the duration by an additional plus 25%. And then every single time we hit the defender, we're going to pause them for another 0.2 seconds. This is such an enormous improvement to Gore, because my biggest issue with him is that his shadow buffs fall off too much, making it so I can't stack as many debuffs as I want. The fury buffs are falling off too soon, right? I'm not really able to utilize his kit with the current durations. Now, hopefully that gets tuned in the future. I'm really hoping it does, because there's some fun stuff in this video, man, and we are going to jump right in today, pretty much showing you how effective this can be. So we're going to jump in against Winter Soldier. If you haven't watched my other Gore breakdown, how he works, his abilities, what you want to do, I'll happily break it down for you here. So basically what you do is you want to go for light ending combos to stack those shadow magic buffs. And you see how they're just kind of staying there when you hit the defender. It is beautiful, man. Now, those aren't usually paused like that, okay? So that is enormous. So it allows you to stack up your 6 buffs without much fear of them falling off at all. So now at this point, right, they're paused, by the way, during the opponent's special attacks. We're going to go for the medium ending combo to get our 6 debuffs, but we actually have 3 of the bleed. Oh god, look, we could just stack so many. All right, we're going for this now. We have our 4 fury buffs. Now, this is where it gets really spicy, because normally you can rush to the special 2 to get 8 fury buffs, right? Or you can go for a special 1 to refresh the duration. But look at how much time we have left on this fury buff. We could probably get to the special 3 right now if we really wanted to, but all we need to do is go for the special 2 again. We have our 8 fury buffs. Now, let me ask you a question. How many times do you think we can do that? Over and over and over and over and over, but we're actually just going to go right for the heavy attack into the special 3, okay? And now we're going to go for the special 3 once we stack some debuffs on to increase the damage from the special 3. We're going to get 3 more of our shadow magic buffs. We're going to pause our buffs for 11 seconds on top of additional pausing every time we hit once that is over. But Winter Soldier's down to 20% health, and this is pretty much going to be it. The difference between this fight and Synergyless Gore is pretty huge. This was done on a first attempt. First attempt, swear to God. Could it have been better? Yeah, probably, man. But there's pretty much takes out the AI cooperation component here, which is so enormous. So Winter Soldier has about 500,000 health. That was really solid. Star-Lord and Labyrinth has about 3.3 million health, okay? So let's skip the ramp up, right? We're going to put the Mr. Fantastic debuffs on in the beginning just for fun. We're obviously not going to be able to knock this guy down every 10 seconds, right? Because limber and everything. But listen, we'll skip the initial ramp up because we know what we're doing, right? We know what to do. These fights, the Labyrinth fights, 3.3 million health. They're about 4 minutes long when you're doing it well. So this took 4 minutes long with Gore. Think about that for a second now, okay? So that's 3.3 million health. We're going to keep ramping up here. So I said to you, do you think I can keep repeating that special too? We're going to find out if I can keep repeating that special too, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep being aggressive with Star-Lord while baiting out special attacks. We now have 8 Fury buffs. Now, normally, this is pretty much like the most you're ever going to dream of getting with Gore without cosmic synergies that's going to increase the duration of his buffs. But Gore's damage on his own is not the highest, man. So the more Furies that you can get, the more damage you're going to get on your basic and special attacks, as well as the damaging debuffs are going to be increased in damage as well, which is very, very, very nice. Okay, now one little tweak that I do really think Gore needs is that when the defender uses a special attack, or when he uses a special attack, just like his shadow magic buffs are paused, I think his fury buffs need to be paused as well. It would kind of take away the need for these synergies. Also, I really think that his debuffs need to be paused during special attacks too. I just think those two little tiny tweaks would go a really long way in making him a lot better on his own without needing any synergies. But as you can see, with synergies, this guy's starting to slap pretty hard, man. We got 16 fury buffs. We have 27 debuffs. Quick math. How about that quick freaking math, man? Right? We can go for our heavy attack almost at any time we want. Our shadow magic buffs are just pretty much staying there, man, because of the Mr. Fantastic debuff. Absolutely enormous right there what that's doing. Now, I'm sure right now I know somebody's going to comment, oh, but what if you use Odin? That's going to increase the fury potency. Yeah, for sure. I like this team because I like the Mr. Fantastic benefit. I like the Thor benefit with Gore, and I like the Captain America Infinity War plus 25% as well. Here I went for a heavy attack. The first time I was below 20 debuffs. Like, come on, man. Like, what am I doing? Right? If you don't know, at 20 debuffs, you're going to go right to your special 3. Why did I go for that there? Could not possibly tell you. I was nowhere near 20 debuffs. But look at that nice, solid special 2 with 24 Furies. You're never, ever, ever in a million years going to hit 24 Furies without all these synergies, man. And also, this is like 3.3 million health. So, like, where are you really going to be needing this much damage anyway? Here, finally, we got the special 3 thing that I wanted. There we go. But look at the damage over time that we're doing now. The damage over time is getting pretty spicy. Now, we like a little bit of spice, man. A little bit of a sensational synergy spice. That's always fun, man. I just like I'm so much more excited making this video than the other video because I just feel like he just needs a little bit. I don't think it's OP for him to be doing this in like Labyrinth, where it's like you're never going to be able to be building this damage in like normal content. Like, I just feel like these changes that these synergies give him just need to be in his base kit. Because, like, dude, this is nowhere near OP. Hercules can do this so much better. Cosmic Ghost Rider so much better, right? It's not on their own, no synergies. Like, it's not OP. But it just makes him fun for stuff like this. You know what I mean? Like, look, 28 Furies, dude. Look at the damage over time damage. It took 4 minutes to ramp up. Oof, that's fun, man. That's dope. It's freaking dope, dude. Good stuff. Like, really solid stuff, man. Like, this synergy team is truly really, really, really good for Gore. It makes Gore super fun for like those bigger opponents that don't have like super duper specific nodes. But hey, man, maybe that super specific node would be like Thunderstruck or Acid Wash, which he's going to be able to do, or even Diss Track or Buffed Up. So yeah, this guy has a lot of utility. It's just that he's so stressful to play, and this team literally takes away the stress, man. So come on, you know what I mean? So I actually went into Act 7, and I got two paths here. We'll do like 2 or 3 fights per. This one's really fun for Gore. It's going to be amplifying his damage a bit, unfortunately. I was actually trying to find paths that wouldn't like artificially increase my damage. But look, Cosmic Attackers, Light Attacks have a 50% chance to armor break the defender. So that's going to that's obviously going to increase my damage. So I was looking for like lanes that's going to be good to like showcase the synergy that wasn't going to naturally increase the duration of my buffs or make the buffs or debuffs or anything stronger. But I really couldn't find anything like that wasn't going to make us like, you know, like, listen, that's what Realm of Legends is for, and Realm of Legends is kind of boring. So we're doing this is a real quest. You can do this for real with Gore with this team, you know? So it's like, hey, I guess that's better, right? But yeah, as you can see, obviously our damage is ramping up even before the Furies. So that's obviously, you know, on every lane, it's not going to look like this. But what I'm just showing you here is that in Act 7 content, right? Like, we're going to be able to stack up these Furies so much easier. Look, look, if you watch my other video with Gore, when I go for my first set of 4 Furies, I'm pretty much losing 1 or 2 of my Shadow Magic buffs when the AI cooperates perfectly. Here, I have 3 of the bleed and 2 of the other ones. Look at this, I'm going for my special 2 into her block like that, into blocking that to a special 1 from the heavy attack, man. This is the Gore that I like. I like to play with this Gore. This is fun, you know what I mean? And I don't think that this is busted at all. You want me to show you this that path with Hercules or CGR? Or no, I'll do it. I'll give you a comparison. I guarantee you it's not going to look like he's doing anything too crazy. It's really not. You know what I mean? So I really, I'm gonna say it like until I'm blue in the face, man. I think his buffs just need to be naturally longer. I don't even think it's crazy to toss that Mr. Fantastic pause synergy into his base kit. Not specifically the synergy, but just the fact you hit the defender, your buffs are paused while you're hitting the defender. That right there would fix all the issues that he has. That's all he needs. That is all he needs. That combined with you know, just Fury pause during special attacks and debuff pause during special attacks, man. It would just make his kit just a lot more cohesive. And I'm absolutely going to be suggesting that to you know, the team and everything, and being like, hey, you know, he's fun. He's super fun with this team. And, you know, for me, it's like Sensational, Synergies, these videos. I don't normally make them on like a new champion coming out, because ideally the champ is good on their own without the Synergy team. We did one on Loki last week. The first one was on Call Obsidian. We did one on Unstoppable Colossus. You know, like those are the champions that Black Bolt, right? We didn't make that one yet. Spoiler alert. But those are the champions that we make Sensational Synergy videos on. Not newly released champions. Those are champions that should be able to do this kind of stuff on their own, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a node where, like, I guess if they get the 6 armor ups, they take burst damage. So that's where the burst damage is from. In his kit, his Sig ability, the Undermine buff is actually very strong against champions like Penny. Now here, I'm actually trying to fight her poorly. I'm trying to not hit her block. As you can see, we're taking down her Sync Shield pretty quickly, but I want to show you the Undermine, how good the Undermine can be. And with this synergy, when we're attacking, watch, it's going to be paused. And look, unblockable. Unblockable, that's what Undermine does. Super Scroll actually has that. You might not know that, but Super Scroll can do this too, with the Undermine buff, right? Yeah, so solid enough Penny counter, I think. You just gotta really keep cycling your buffs. Then finally you go for your special 2 here. We're gonna this special 2 is gonna hit us a little bit, but we always run is it Inequity? Whatever the mastery that's called, that reduces damage based on the amount of debuffs that you have in the defender. I always Resonate, Inequity, one of those 2. I always run that mastery, so it works really well with Gore, because he stacks a lot of debuffs. So that special 2 pretty much tickled us through the block, you know. And here, look, the AI was not cooperating. We still got off our second special 2. There was a 0% chance, literally, that we would have been able to get that second set of Furies if we weren't running the Synergy team, you know? So I feel like as it stands right now, Gore really needs these Synergies. And listen, man, let me tell you something for real, though. When you look at this Synergy team over here, I mean, look at the champions that are on it. You have Captain America Infinity War, Mr. Fantastic, 2 arguably top 5 science champions, OG Thor, fun, and then Angela, who is arguably a top 10 cosmic champion. Some people might argue top 5. I will not make that argument, but some people might. So it's not like we have any bad champions, right? And of course, you can make the argument, oh, sub out whoever for Odin, or sub out whoever for this. And, you know, then of course you get into like Black Bolt and Ronin, and then you start adding less than ideal champions in if you want to do that. But I feel like this 5-some right here, pretty decent. So we're gonna do one more lane here, and this one's gonna be a little bit of fun. This is Paradox Block, and what that does is the attacker is going to gain 30% debuff potency for each Paradox on the attacker. So this is gonna be really fun, and of course, man, we're gonna just take what the Synergy team was letting us do here is take away the stress while playing this guy, the stress of needing AI cooperation the entire time, and just having the perfect AI that allows us to actually play the game. You know what I mean? So yeah, this team is really good for Gore, and if I ever pull Gore, I'll definitely be running him with this team if I do rank him up. And you guys know me, I love Gore as a character. He is my favorite comic villain. Haven't seen the movie yet to be determined. We'll have to see. He seems pretty different from the comics. I'm still mixed feelings about it, but in game he looks kind of cool in game, right? Yeah, and our debuff potency is increased by quite a bit right now. So yeah, that's definitely really fun, and this is of course Act 7, definitely relevant content, but I would not want to be using him much here without this team, because listen, I would not have this many debuffs right now if it wasn't for the team. I wouldn't have all those shadow magic buffs. I wouldn't be close to getting back to a second set of fury, right? Which is how close I am. There's no chance. There's just no chance I would have been able to get that second set of fury if I didn't have the team with me, man. So it's just, I've said it 12 times in this video now, but I just feel like the durations, man, it's holding them back right now. It's holding them back. Yeah. But hey, who knows? Who knows what'll happen in the future? Maybe, hopefully, the durations will be a little better. We'll see. But yeah, he's actually quite fun when you can build him up properly with the right team and on the right note as well. And he's got some interesting utility as well. So yeah, this is the last fight of the video. We'll do one more. This video is already about 16 minutes long. It's a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, we'll call it after this for sure. This is going to be like 2 20-minute Gore videos uploading pretty much at the same time. So that's probably not the best thing to do. But guess what? We're going to do it, man. And who's going to stop me? Not me. Not me, not you. No one's stopping me. I'm putting them both up. Probably like 10 minutes apart, too. Don't know which one I'm going to do first. This one seems like a lot more fun. The other one's kind of a bummer. So I'm probably going to go with this one first. But, yeah. Fun stuff, man. Dr. Voodoo is about to be flushed right down the toilet here. We're watching out for the Paradox to make sure we don't go above 12, because that'll be a nice bit of damage. But yeah, what I'm actively doing here is I'm actively going for the second special too, because that's the whole point of the team, is to keep building those Furies, like without much pressure. You know what I mean? So I want to actually do that in the fights. And bam. Yeah, solid stuff, man. This team, really, really good. I really do not think anything shown in this video is too OP. I really feel like if pretty much the duration shown here and the ability to pause the buffs while hitting the opponent or in his base kit, he would just be so much more appealing to me on his own. As it stands right now, on his own, I just feel like I don't want to use him on his own, and it's very upsetting to me, because Gore was my #1 most wanted champion since the day I downloaded the app, man. My second most wanted one was MCOC. Ask me how I'm feeling. So yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so Gore, like many cosmic champions, he's good with a little bit of team building. There are a lot of mutant champions like that. Listen, man, one of my favorite champions in the entire game right now is Agent Venom. Agent Venom on his own is absolute booty cheeks. He is terrible, one of the worst champions in the entire game. You build him up properly with the team of really good champions, and he's freaking astounding. So I have nothing against Synergy teams whatsoever. It's just the fact that he's literally newly released, and he needs the outside synergies to be fun and to be very effective. That's what's turning me off a little bit right now. Plus the fact that he doesn't look like the comic version makes me a little sad, but that's a problem I have with Kevin Feige, not with MCOC. You know, MCOC can only do what Marvel tells them to do. The champions that, you know, obviously they can't release comic Gore. I think most people prefer comic Gore who read the comics, but hey, what are you gonna do? That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. This was a fun one compared to the other one. A little bit of two sides today on this new champion. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about Gore with and without synergies. I'm curious if you watched